Actually, that's spot on.
It is spot on.
All the competition that try to compete.
Everything is spot on.
What's up, Spot on Sports? This is your boy Trey Stein. Me and my boy Maine back with the Sports Zone Lock. Got my man Dez here about getting this boxing talk. We're gonna start off with my bad. We're just gonna do a quick recap of what we've been missing in the boxing world the last few months. Go back to that Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko fight, man. Did y'all watch it? What did y'all think about it?
Well, I work on it, so that was actually got the chance to work on that fight, man, and do some of the production for that fight, man. So if you was watching it, we put in a little bit of work on that, put in a little bit of work, no flex zone, you know what I'm saying?
No flex,
no flex, but we talking, right? We talking. So hey, I definitely saw it. It took me a week and a half to produce that fight. Trust me, I seen it.
Do you think? I remember Lomachenko felt he won the fight. The second half of the fight to the end.
Mm-hmm.
What was y'all opinion? I thought Teofimo won it easily because Lomachenko started out too slow and he waited too long to try to come back and get it. But by that time, Teofimo was up on the scorecards for big. What was y'all opinion?
Go ahead, man.
I agree with you. I didn't catch the early rounds of the fight, but I was able to catch round 4 and on. And I seen Teofimo pretty much in control. He wasn't getting too touched. Lomachenko was trying to come on him a little bit later in the rounds, but again, Teofimo was just moving around, sticking and moving, and he was catching Loma on some shots Loma wasn't really anticipating, and he just seemed more busy overall. He was just more busy. It seemed like Loma was more defensive in that fight. More defensive than I've seen him in the past. I mean, we know he has great defense, but going against somebody like Teofimo Lopez, somebody looking for a knockout, you're going to have to fight offense to offense. If you're playing against the Warriors, you're going to have to put up some points if you want to win. So, that's kind of the way the fight looked to me, at least from what I've seen.
Well, look, man, all I know is I saw round 1 all the way to the end. Yo, Teofimo walked in like he owned the place. You remember last time I was on the show, we talked about it. And I said, I got my money on Teofimo. You can pull the tape. I said it, all right? Teofimo Lopez, man, he walked in there, controlled it. I gave him more. He probably had the first 5, at least 5 rounds. Then, Loma tried to save it. Got him in the 6th. He kind of stunned him. I want to say 6, so hold me to him. I want to say it was the 6th or 7th round when he stunned him a little bit. Had Lopez kind of worried. He was like, oh, here comes Lomachenko. He's doing what he always does. Because he always starts slow. That's what he always does. But then, Lopez coming back and saying, nah, I'm that dude. So I really enjoyed that fight, man. That was a fight. But that was a fight for boxing fans. That wasn't a fight for the fair weather, every day, whatever. I'm waiting for Tank Davis to fight. That was the dudes who really watch boxing, who really enjoyed the sweet science of the sport. That's what you saw there because no one expected Teofimo to box 1 and 2 outbox Vasily Lomachenko, who was pound for pound, arguably number 1, number 2, number 3.
Speaking of Tank Davis, we can move on to his fight. He knocked out Santa Cruz with a vicious uppercut in the 6th round. What was y'all opinion of the fight? We can start with you, Des.
Fight-wise, the fight was honestly not that good to me in the sense of it was a little slow, a little boring, but that's because Santa Cruz wants to pick and pop and everything, and Tank is one of those guys who waits for the big shot. He'll sit there all day and just wait for the big shot, which he gets, kind of what you see with Tyson Fury. But Tank can actually box. With Deontay Wilder. But Tank can actually box, unlike Deontay Wilder. But, again, you know what you sign up for when you pay that pay-per-view money to see Tank Davis. You know what you're waiting on, and he gave it to you. You talking about arguably knockout of the year. I don't think it was knockout of the year. I think it's number 2. But, that was a fight.
I agree too. I feel like it was too easy for Tank. As good as Santa Cruz is, no disrespect to him, Tank is just a different animal, different type of hunger, different type of strength. He's obviously a cream of the crop in his weight class. I want to see him fight somebody like, even though Devin Haney is still young too, just somebody who has a little bit more power, to make him be a little bit more defensive. Because these guys that he's going up against, he's really walking them down, walking through them. He's not really afraid of them. He doesn't I don't see him get too defensive against these guys. I'm not sure if they're not hurting him or what it is, but we can clearly see that his power is clearly affecting him way more than they've been able to affect him.
Man, I agree. On that 6th round when the knockout came, I felt Santa Cruz was trying to stay in the pocket. He was trying to go toe to toe with him, man. Like he was throwing blows, and I think that's where he got in trouble because he didn't have the power to make Tank respect him. So Tank was just walking him down, and then he in that corner. I went on Twitter, and Tank was like, "If you go back and watch," and I went back and watched. Leo throws three left straights, and the first one he catches him, and the second one Tank like moves. And then he was waiting for that third one. That's when he knocked him out with that uppercut. It was, hey, I don't know, Dad. That's the best knockout I've seen this year.
I'm gonna ask you this. Did you see the Zapata-Baranchyk fight? If you didn't, because if you did, you would know exactly what. I'm gonna tell you something. That fight is gonna win knockout of the year. That fight's gonna win fight of the year. It might even win round of the year. It was, I want to say, 5. It went 5 rounds, I think, 4 or 5 rounds, and had 8 knockdowns. 8 knockdowns in 4 to 5 rounds. If you haven't seen it, pull it up on YouTube. Go to ESPN Plus. If you got ESPN Plus, we have it up there. I'm telling you, dude, 5 rounds. 8 knockdowns in 5 rounds. And the knockout, the one that finally ended Baranchyk, oh, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's neck and neck. Leo Santa Cruz, but that Baranchyk knockout, when he went down from Jose Zapata, yo, I'm going to tell you right now, if you ain't seen it, pull it up. As soon as you in this, pull it up. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's the only reason I can't give it to him. But, when you going against guys, again, these power punchers, the Teofimo Lopez's, the Deontay Wilders, the Tank Davisons, you can't do the same thing. You can't give him a chance to register what you're doing. Because like you said, you got 3 jabs, 3 straights, back to back to back. What do you think is going to happen? You waiting on that. I'm going to give you the punch so I can give it, so that I can get mine back. You can't do that against power punches. You can do it against the European fighters because they just like to jab, dick, and dove and get points. You can do it against, but them big boy fights that really, that's my job is to put you out clean. No, you can't do that. That was a big mistake.
But speaking on putting somebody out clean, let's move to that Terrence Crawford-Kell Brooks fight. When we got a knockout win by Terrence Crawford, 4th round. He dropped Kell Brooks. It was something I expected Crawford to win. But I'll hear y'all opinions. Start off with Jermaine.
I expected Crawford to win as well. I didn't expect it to end as soon as it did. I can say I was impressed with Crawford. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from Crawford because everybody's talking about, Kell Brooks was older, yada, yada, yada. But like Crawford said, that man was coming off of 2 or 3 straight victories. He wasn't coming off a loss. He was fully motivated. He said it was the best he felt in all his career. And Crawford went up in there and just demolished him, man. So I mean, I want to tip my hats off to Crawford, and it's just building more anticipation for that super fight that we all hoping to see.
Yeah, I loved it. Terrence Crawford is my favorite fighter in today. He's my favorite fighter. He's number 1 in my pound for pound, my personal pound for pound. He's number 1. Yeah, I mean, he did what champion fighters are supposed to do. Come in there, handle my business, and go home. I don't care where he's fighting Kell Brooks. I don't care where he's fighting, whoever. He did what he had to do. He came in, protected his belt, took the cash, went home. That's what he's supposed to do as a championship fighter. As a prize fighter, with belts, with belt defense, that's what you're supposed to do. And he walked in there, he did what he did, and again, if you watched the weigh-in, if you watched Maximum Boxing immediately after weigh-in, they talked. Kell, like you said, Kell was in there talking like he was ready. Kell, and you see if you watch enough boxing, you see the ones who they're gonna talk no matter what. They don't say them, but you see the ones who really is confident, who really just the ones who's just talking just because I can't just sit here and let you talk mess to me and I don't say that back. But no, Kell Brooks was in there talking like, no, I'm coming for you. I'm with it. Let's get it. You know? Okay. Okay. That's what